understanding what is certain gaps in the system as a whole that is missing. Apart from the book knowledge, there is much more that needs to be done in the curriculum. So there are a lot of scope for the civil engineers, not beyond just construction as a agenda. Industry has to play a vital role in educating these students at the final year level.
There are multiple certification based colleges which are put across Pune and Delhi and every place else. I think they can pursue that as well to gain an extra knowledge in terms of what is happening in the industry in that particular front. I think that's probably will be an add-on for them to understand what is they've learned theoretically and what is actually happening on the ground.
If I do this, will I get a job?
People who have grown, they've only grown when they've learned something from it and then implemented in their day-to-day activity whichever they are into.
Everybody, once given an opportunity, can always learn and improve and grow.
You need to start a journey 1 year before even you are actually about to graduate. That's how it should be.
It's all about the demand and supply. It's all about how you position yourself among the peer group. You have to involve yourself in terms of creating value addition to the company.
People who have money, they have interest to find solutions. Beyond a point, of course, you also need suggestions, right? And people do ask in open forum. That's where you come in. You need to put in your perspective there. And probably your answer might be interesting for them to explore it.
Any given industry or any given leader will be, probably looking for fresh
Solutions.
perspectives and all of that.
Solutions,
And
yeah.
as a graduate engineer, he comes in with a fresh perspective which is not stained by the experience.
I'm sure about 15 to 20% of India's GDP is driven by real estate. Students are empowered with the mindset of not looking at a job or creating a job as an opportunity, utilizing the kind of core domain that they are getting educated from.
Though the number of engineers graduating from colleges have increased over the years, most of this increase has been in IT. But those who take core engineering, they don't move much. Okay, so for example, out of 5,000, I have just 120 civil engineers graduating. And that has been like that since 10 years now.
I see the majority of civil engineers are kind of coming towards interior space, so that there is a larger spectrum of opportunity in interior space for the people who is not very much aligned towards doing the core job. As you said, it's a very low-key department, right? When you talk about the civil as an option, right? So they always wanted to choose a better career option which gives a growth according to that.
It's not about the certifications. It's about the intent of learning. You have to stand out from the crowd. Even for civil and the other batches, it's not about your own core. It's about the entire ecosystem you have to get prepared with.
You need to have that interest. You need to have that fire within you.
Career as an option when they choose into the side of an interiors, right? When they come out, you kind of get into a client serving role. How you treat every customer at a customer centric role is certainly gives the difference of value. It always adds a value towards how you deliver the projects according to the execution as matters.
When you say real estate and entrepreneurship, people perceive it as a null set because real estate requires a lot of investment and all of that.
There's a lot of skill set that you one should acquire. No university, unfortunately, teaches real estate as a subject or kind of a degree. It's not about the degree that you carry or the kind of specialization you graduate out of is what is going to give you great bread and butter. Learn to network from the college days. It definitely carries a lot of weightage for the students.
It's all about solving a problem.
The kind of opportunity that we found, the problem was an opportunity for us. One is a building collapse, water flooding. Both are the great opportunities for civil engineers to think on what is the way that they can add value to this sort of calamities that can happen within our own space of living.
Almost 75-80% of our students, they end up doing an internship somewhere. Especially civil engineering tends to be more mathematical to interiors or real estate or the costing involved, the business, dealing with the customer.
The fund.
These are skills which again are extremely important.
Man, that's a vast industry that one can look at as a career option or as an entrepreneurship option.
Improve as a different aspects of looking at.
When your peer group or when you are interacting with the clients who are at that level, so obviously you absorb certain traits from them. So there is always a hunger for learning and there is always a hunger for improving and widening the network. So it's not that you have to finish off your graduation, then you have to get into that. No, you set up a goal in the early days, create your own path, build fast, fail fast.
I think sales is the fastest way to grow in any organization. Sales is where the money is. If somebody wants to become big in their career, sales is the way to go.
You won't believe most of the engineers are actually sales.
Every CEO is sales. The core trait is sales.
So selling is something that which everybody and anybody has to do at an entry level.
So it's all about how you sell yourself, irrespective of civil, electrical, anything else.
Absolutely, if you're not present digitally, you are nobody. There are multiple sections if you are really interested to kind of grow.
If an organization is in bad times and has to fire people, would it be right to say that the sales is the last to go?
Yeah.
Because if they send the sales
Exactly.
guy out, the business is down there. It's
Your pay versus the revenue that you bring it on the table.
If you're not continuously putting any effort on a particular work which you're assigned to, you're not getting results. If, for example, if you're working on a particular strategy for a month and you're not able to get the results, change your strategy. You have to be smart enough to understand what market needs.
The sales guy can do miracles if you hire the right one.
So you have to choose where you want to step into it and how you have to prepare for it and adapt to the companies, and based on that you certainly push and thrive for the numbers.
It's up to the students to pursue certain skill set which can align with those sort of development that the government initiatives are coming in.
You forecasting what happens in the next 6 months, 1 year, and what kind of trends which might happen and how quickly you can adapt to that. Going beyond these pep talks or giving internship opportunities, we have to create that intent of getting into the competition. What happens is there is a gap when they graduate and they come into the real-time world. It's not about only core. You have to have at least 3 to 4 different skill sets